Of all the visible symbols associated with Islam, perhaps none generates more conversation or more misconception than the hijab. Walk into any major city in the world, and you will see Muslim women in headscarves of every color, style, and design. Some pair it with business suits, some with jeans and sneakers, some with elegant abayas. And yet, despite how common the hijab is globally, it remains one of the most misunderstood practices in modern society. So let us talk about it honestly. First, what is hijab? The word itself does not simply mean headscarf. In Arabic, hijab means a barrier or covering, and in Islamic teaching it refers to a broader concept of modesty in dress, behavior, speech, and character, for both men and women. The headscarf is one visible expression of that broader principle. The basis for hijab comes from the Quran and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. The Quran instructs believing women to guard their modesty and not display their beauty except what is ordinarily apparent. Islamic scholars have interpreted this over centuries to include covering the hair and body, with only the face and hands generally left uncovered, though practices vary across different traditions and cultures. Now here is where the conversation gets important. Many non-Muslims assume hijab is imposed on women, that it is a symbol of oppression or male control. And it would be dishonest to say that in some parts of the world, that experience is not a reality for some women. Coercion in religion is wrong, and many Muslim women and scholars speak openly about this. But that is not the full picture. Not even close. Millions of Muslim women around the world wear hijab entirely by personal choice and find in it a source of empowerment, identity, and spiritual strength. Ask them, and they will tell you that covering their hair means being seen for their intellect, their character, and their words, not their appearance. It is a declaration that their value is not tied to how they look. Many women who grew up in non-religious households choose the hijab as adults, sometimes against the wishes of their own families. University students, doctors, athletes, politicians, artists, and activists wear it proudly. To call this oppression without listening to their voices is itself a form of dismissal. There is also the question of context. A woman in a country where hijab is legally mandated has a very different experience from a woman in London or Toronto who chooses it freely. Those are two completely different conversations, and conflating them does a disservice to both groups. Islamic teaching also places equal expectations on men. Men are instructed to lower their gaze, dress modestly, and guard their character. Modesty in Islam is not a burden placed only on women. It is a shared framework of dignity. The hijab conversation is nuanced. It sits at the intersection of faith, culture, politics, and personal identity. What it is not, at its core, in its Islamic meaning, is a symbol of shame. It is intended to be a symbol of dignity. Next time you see a woman wearing hijab, consider seeing her first. Her work, her ideas, her humanity. The scarf is a part of her story, not the whole of it.